Raise your hand if you love a fairy tale ending. Mine's up nice and high here. Well, we were really close to the NFL version in San Francisco. Once upon a time, Mr. Irrelevant joined the 49ers. Brock Purdy then took over for the injured Jimmy Garoppolo and leads his team to just one game shy of the Super Bowl. Purdy, though, continues to play at a high level, making pennies on the dollar in salary quarterback terms. He defies the odds, remains the starter, and then this past May gets rewarded with a 5-year, $265 million contract. Great. But then enter the dragon or the witch, whatever you're really into. This season comes around, and Purdy has turf toe, right? An injury that's been bothering him really since week 1. Now he's been sidelined since week 5, which is when a guy named Mac Jones steps in, and Mac has balled, averaging nearly 3 points more per game than Purdy, and having the offense function at a higher clip, if we're being honest. This really throws a wrench, right, into that fairy tale ending for Brock Purdy. Just ask Cam, who discussed it on his show, 4th and 1.
I'm going to tell you what John Lynch and old Kyle Shanahan don't want.
What they want?
Quarterback controversy. Because, Brock, same way you got in, maybe the same way you go out.
Yeah.
You, John Lynch, general manager of the 49ers. Mac and Cheese go gets him another good-looking win. Brock Purdy now is off the injured list. Where you going, GM Peg?
Man, I got to stick with the high hand, bro.
What?
Couldn't believe it. So it sounds like, Cam Newton, you believe there is a quarterback controversy brewing in San Francisco, and you think, regardless, they should go back to Brock Purdy. Am I right or wrong?
I think that's what the contract dictates them to do. When you're looking at 5 years, $265 million. $265 million. In my Stephen A. voice. $181 million of those dollars guaranteed. And that contract is through it's a lot of money. 2030 is what this contract is through. And I don't want to count pockets. But there's one little stanza in that contract that has me scratching my head. It's a no trade clause in there. Now, understand this. I know mac and cheese, but I don't know this mac and cheese. This mac and cheese has been playing at a high level that makes you start to think to yourself, like, where has this guy been? And you capable of this type of play? It's not even the type of play. He's been efficient at times and has been making plays that, I don't know, if somebody else could. But this is the thing, though. I don't want to make this more or less about the quarterback competition, more so than talking about Kyle Shanahan's brilliance as a coach. We've seen him get the best out of Jimmy G. We've seen him get the best out of Brock Purdy. And we've also seen him get the best out of mac and cheese. So I don't know if it's a quarterback controversy more than saying, do you stick with the hot hand? Because if you do come back and you don't have that same type of efficiency, I don't know.
Well, Cam, you said it right the first time. The contract dictates a certain thing. But let's think about fairy tales, since Shay brought up fairy tales. Do you guys remember which name was most closely linked to the San Francisco 49ers the year that Trey Lance was drafted? It was Mac Jones. And we all sat up here and we kept saying, ain't no way they gonna draft Mac Jones 3rd overall. And then Kyle Shanahan said as they got close, they overthought it, and Trey Lance's athleticism after what they saw of Josh Allen made them draft him. Could you imagine if that was Mac Jones? If Mac Jones had always played in this system? If Mac Jones had some of the pieces we've seen the Jimmy Garoppolos, some of the pieces we've seen the Brock Purdys have? No. What you're doing is you're sitting back and you're thinking to yourself, if you're John Lynch and if you're Kyle Shanahan, that maybe we are better off with Mac Jones. So what is the decision on Brock Purdy's injury is my question. Do we have to see him at 100? Do we tell him, hey, continue to take the rest of the season to rehab so you can be just perfect for the start of next season? Because in my opinion, this isn't a decision that they're going to want to have to make until the offseason. Because we cannot forget, Brock Purdy brought this team to a Super Bowl. Brock Purdy was a Pro Bowler for this team. Brock Purdy became one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC for this team. And so there's a lot of recency bias going into Mac Jones. And I get it. He's playing well, but we can't forget how Brock Purdy went from Mr. Irrelevant to, especially in his bank account, relevant as hell playing for the San Francisco 49ers.
Brother made $50 million. $50 million. You know what I'm saying? So I hear you loud and clear on the dollars, okay? I mean, the dollars are the dollars. Mac Jones, you got to give credit where credit is due, but I completely agree with you, RC. I don't know what the hell Cam was doing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the way he was moving and the way he was talking. What the hell you had in that mug? The way you was talking about Mac Jones right there, Cam. I'm wondering about you. I'm wondering about you there, right there with your podcast and all of that. But let me say this to you.
Overall,
Mac Jones is two sides. And I mean, when you look at the way he performed against the Rams, he threw for over 200 yards, had a couple of TDs with a banged up knee and missing Kittle, missing Purcell, missing Jennings, and he still went out there and performed lights out. So you got to give credit where credit is due. But let's understand something. There's a reason to believe in Brock Purdy. He did take him to a Super Bowl. He did save that franchise because when you look at what they were getting from the quarterback position prior to Brock Purdy elevating himself, I mean, you just can't say enough about the dude. Now, Shanahan is saying turf toes don't go away usually in the same season. So certainly you'll keep an eye on it. And if it compromises his ability to perform in any way, then you could always go back to Mac Jones. But it's not like you can look at a Brock Purdy and say, okay, Mac Jones is flawing right now. We gonna keep you on the bench. You can't do that to Brock Purdy because you know you don't see things that Mac Jones is doing that Brock Purdy cannot do. That's not, he's not showing you that.
That's not. It never happens like that, though. And you notice, RC, nobody's going to say, hey, we're going to do it this way. There's going to be innuendos, and there's going to be kind of like, hold on, are you 100%? Yeah. We don't need you not to be 100%, Brock Purdy. Like, Mac Jones is playing good football, winnable football for us, so why rush back? That type of tone is really them speaking in code. Now, you take another team and you start to say, is Lamar Jackson really 100%? And I'm knocking on wood saying it, if you have a Patrick Mahomes or you have a Josh Allen gets hurt or gets injured in a way, you're going to need them back at 75% because their 75% is better than somebody else's 100%. What I'm saying is Brock Purdy is being treated delicately in a sense to say, if you're not 100%, you good. And while you're being good, that may be a red flag right there to just say, hold on. What's really going on here?
Well, let me say this to you. Right now, even with Mac Jones playing the way that he's playing, he ranks 15th in the NFL in QBR. Not only has Brock Purdy spent time as number one, in his career, he's never ranked lower than 7th. So what I'm saying to you is that whatever we're seeing from Mac Jones, there's no reason for Kyle Shanahan or anybody else to believe that you can't get that from Brock Purdy. And if you believe you can get the same, if not better, from Brock Purdy, and that's the dude you paying $53 million to, $53 million, $53 million, okay, then you know what? We gonna see him. That's all I'm saying. $50 million.
The thing for Mac Jones is this, though. How much money he can make himself while being in San Francisco. I believe that he has another year on this contract. If I'm his agent, I'm trying to see where I could be traded to maximize what I was able to do this year, because Brock Purdy is going to be the starting quarterback when he's healthy enough to be that. But Mac Jones has shown the entire league that he could play high-level ball in this league. Quickly,
because I have to bump. A one-word answer. If, though, Mac Jones goes out and convincingly beats the Rams this weekend, does your opinion change? Convincingly beats the Rams, who a lot of you think can win and go to the Super Bowl.
No.
Does your opinion change?
No.
When you say $50 million.
So no. Sam, yes or no?
Yes.
It does. See? We'll think about that more. Coming up, Caleb.
Bạn ơi, bây giờ mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn làm trước mắt nha. Bây giờ mình sẽ làm